Hi everybody and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Well, it's been a while. I can't tell you how long, but it has been a while. You can see I've been busy. Look at my nails. I haven't even had time to do my nails. Yeah, I've just been crazy. So I thought we would have a little play today in my little journal because I think it's a good way to start getting back in the swing of things. Whenever I haven't been around crafting and creating, I always have a hard time getting back to where the level I've been at. I don't know what level that is, but for me, it's a higher level than when I come back and start. So I still love this page. I think this is, I think my two favorite are this one and the red and the blacks and these stamps. So I thought we would just have a little play in this. And I do have something picked out. Today again has been another crazy day. My son left this morning. They left at 9, my son and daughter-in-law. And they are headed to JFK. My daughter-in-law is heading back to Romania for 3 weeks to visit her new little nephew, who I think is like 4 months old now, 5 months old. So that's exciting. And then my daughter-in-law from Florida, she left this morning. My husband took her back to the airport. She started working for the company again, the family business. And it was such a joy to have her here all week. She came in early last Monday morning. I picked her up at the airport. And my husband, like I said, brought her back this morning. And then she's coming back in June for 2 weeks. So this is going to work out really well. She's going to work remote from Boca at her home. And then she's going to, every month she'll come for 1 or 2 weeks. So it's going to be really nice to see her and such. So I've been trying to catch up around the house today, and I said I'm going to sit and make a video because I could just work my little fingers to the bone around the house. We've had 8 straight days of rain, and it's getting a little depressing. It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice for Mother's Day, and then it's supposed to rain again. So I know how all you folks in the UK feel, but at least it's green. It's green and it's lush and it's just gorgeous. So let me show you, enough of me babbling on. I'm going to show you what I've pulled. You can see a few things here. And I wanted to use some more of these really cool images that I showed you before that have been going in this little book. I have this one and I have this one. And you can see a theme. It's either like, this looks more mauve. This is a purple. And I thought I would stick these two gals in the book. And I'm going to work with this woman here first because I picked out a couple pages. I picked this page out here with the polka dots, the lavender and the green. So I think I'm going to play with this. These items here, I was over in my drawer that says ephemera to use. So I found these two. I don't even know where I got these images. I found that, and I literally just pulled, you can see, there was no rhyme or reason. I pulled this, the Ribbon Boutique. I don't know where that came from. I have this Imitation Cherry Extract box, McCormick. I picked that. I have this that I would like to cut. I have this napkin with these really pretty flowers on them. And then when I pulled this and looking at it, I had another thought that came across my brain to use this in another way. And then I have this paper here, tissue paper. And I know where this is from. and I can never remember. It's one of those monthly box subscriptions, and I can never remember the name. I don't make the purchase anymore because I just found I didn't use a lot of this stuff. But I thought maybe, just maybe, I could use that. And I want to use, like I said, oh, look at that. Either or. She looks kind of grumpy though, doesn't she? Maybe, I think I cut her out because she looks a little more pleasant. I don't know, she just looks mean. Nasty, like she woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So I'm going to stick with her. All right, so I'm going to move these little items out of the way. Don't know what I'm going to do. For this woman here, I grabbed, this has been sitting on my desk. This is from this wonderful Flora book that I showed you before that I have been using, by Brent Elliott, The Illustrated History of the Garden Flora. So that's been sitting here, and I thought that went well. I turned my head and went into a zippered pouch that caught my eye, and these were in there. This is a digital, so I grabbed those. Then I went over to a little box looking for something, and then I found this little decoupage brocade. I thought maybe that. I have this stamp, and then I have these stamps of the Queen. So I'm going to try to incorporate all of these on this page here, okay? So I'm going to get my Waba scissors out, and we're just going to have a play. And I also grabbed my little ephemera book here. And there are some things in here I might also use. I have a little butterfly. I have some other little pieces. I don't know. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have that butterfly. I have these little flowers. So I'm just going to play. So I'd love to have you stick around and watch to see what I come up with. And then again, I reached in a box, blinked twice, and to my amazement, these appeared. And it looks like these are stickers. I'm just wondering if they're opaque. My nails are driving me nuts. I got to do them. If they are opaque or what. Get this here. Let's see. They're kind of, I don't know, dull. I guess they're supposed to be like a vintage, and I think these came in one of the boxes, and that's why I don't subscribe to these box things. I figure if I'm going to get small ephemera, I kind of want to pick it out myself, because some things I just would never use. So that's why I stopped. Okay. So these are going to go back in that box. I'm going to stick them back in there. So I think this gal here, I'm going to cut out. And I hope everyone is doing really well. I've missed you all. I've been thinking about you. I have been trying to watch a few things. I watched, I don't think that little bit of hair is going to make a difference, do you? I'm going to cut that out. I watched a couple of Carol Laws, and I haven't even been watching videos in the morning. Usually I will make my coffee, but I haven't been having coffee in the morning either. I've been having it later in the morning or really early afternoon. So I haven't really been watching videos when I get up, because I have to get ready for work and head in or head to the quarry. Just don't have time. So I watched a couple of carols halfway to Halloween, and they were fun to watch. And then I remembered, oh my goodness, I was working on my Halloween journal last September, and then my husband dropped dead. I know you probably think, oh God, how can she say that? But he literally dropped dead on October 1st. But he's alive, if you haven't seen the videos. He's here and healthy. And I never finished my finished my October daily. So I figured, you know what? I think that's something that I might have to work on again. So I think I want her like that. So I've enjoyed Carol's. Carol, if you're watching this, I don't know, but I really like your halfway to October videos. What else? Who else? I've watched Susan, Gaze Away. Gaze Away. And she just started a new challenge. And I enjoyed watching that. And what else? She's done a couple other things. And I really enjoy watching Susan. So I've watched her. I've watched a lot of Garden Answer. If you're not familiar with Garden Answer, I think I've talked about them before. It's just a nice gardening channel on YouTube. Laura and her husband. She's out in Ontario, Washington. Isn't that fun? I want to say Ontario, Canada. It's Ontario, Washington. I've watched a few of hers, but like I said, I haven't really. And I've been so tired. I've literally been getting in bed about, oh, I don't know. I think I've been going to bed about 8 o'clock. I'm just so tired. And I cut that too short, didn't I? Maybe I'll end up putting her over here on this side because I think she looks better on the green, and because I cut that a little too short. That's a little shorter paper, not as wide. And I might move her down a little. Let me cut a few of these out. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing well. And I hope you've had really nice weather where you can get outside and enjoy. On Wednesday, we have to take water samples in our quarry because, you know, New York State wants us to, you know, they want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to take care of the water that runs out of our quarry and sits stagnant along the side of a major route. If you can believe that, where all the snakes live. So, because we've had so much rain, we have actually flood warnings. The rivers, and they're getting so high. So Wednesday, my son and I went out early squirrely and dressed for the rain, and we had to go to our northern quarry, and the water is just rushing. I mean rushing down through. So we got our 2 water samples there, and then we had to go down to we went north first, then we went to our southern quarry. That's the one we have to, it's actually pretty dangerous because we have to get out on a major thoroughfare where there's all kinds of 18-wheelers that drive by because they're going from New York into Vermont. So I told my son from now on, we're going to head north first, come down. We're going to park the truck. We have a big F-150 on the side of the road, just like the cops do. We're going to park it on the side, put the flashers on, and then if an 18-wheeler hits the truck, it won't hit us. It'll hit the truck first. Isn't that awful? But we got our samples, and then we had to drive south about 40 minutes to deliver them. It's definitely an adventure. I think she should wear a cute little flower bonnet. Like they used to wear hats like that back in the day as they were heading off to church, off to mass. That's cute. I think that's cute. And then I kind of like to do some, maybe some stamping behind here. I've got the stamp here. We could put a stamp. When I say stamping, I didn't mean postage stamping. I meant stamping. I could always do that after too. And I think that might be kind of fun. I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is, if I can cut this properly, because last time I didn't. I don't know what happened there. Let's see here. I'll go up a little bit. All right, that's good. So yeah, I'm just waiting for some warmth, some sunshine. My grass is getting so long that it's going to take a good 3 or 4 days for it to dry out. I hope it gets a little windy when it does. Because it is just so wet. I'm gonna have to step away. I haven't done anything in so long. I think my glues are, I don't think my glues are gonna cooperate. Yeah, let me take care of my glues. Okay, I'm back in action here. And I'm just going to do this because I'm going to want to be tucking. Let's see, so I can do this side. I'm not tucking anything behind over here. And here, and then if I want to tuck that. I'm going to leave a little green on the bottom there. Okay. And then I do like this little stamp tucked behind her. So we're gonna I've also been watching Pam over at come on, Barbie, Tattered Paper and Lace, because I love, yeah, are you kidding me? I love her, geez, Louise. She looks like a Louise, doesn't she? I like Pam's Marguerite Miller collages that she does on her. She uses a 4-inch round coaster. And I really, really, does anybody see my tweezers? Here they are. I really like her collages. Over there. Come on. You silly girl. There we go. All right. There's Elizabeth peeking over her shoulder. And then we're going to get this up there. There's her little hat. I like that. They really did wear hats like that back then. I've seen pictures. Isn't she cute? Oh my goodness. And we will put the queen up here. Because I think that's fun. Oh, I like that. I think that's cute. That is fun. That is just fun. I'm not sure where I got these digitals. But I wasn't crazy about them. Oops. I wasn't crazy about them after I ran them off because they're very, very dark. And I thought that they would be a little different. Oh, isn't she cute? Oh, I think that is just so cute. Get some of this glue off of there. Okay. So now I want to wipe the tip of this. Okay, now I think on this side, I was going to put this on this side, but I don't know. But I'm going to cut it out anyway. And I'm just going to do a rough cut. Now you can see why I use these scissors, because I can get a long cut with these, and I don't have to keep changing the position. So our Cleveland trip, I haven't even talked to you since we got back from Cleveland. Our Cleveland trip went really well. And hubby got a clean bill of health. Everything is really good, so we don't have to go back for a year. Thank the Lord. This last trip, it just knocked my knickers right off of me because on the way out, we didn't stop at our friend's. We just drove. If we stay at our friend's house, we drive for, about 3 hours. And then it makes it really nice. We stay with them, and then we get up the next morning, and then we just have a 5-hour drive. That's manageable. I like that. But they were really busy, and I did not want to impose. So we stayed with them on the way back. So Friday we were able to leave Cleveland at 11 a.m. because we just had one very early morning appointment, and then we were on the road. And I didn't recover in Cleveland from the 8.5 hour drive. And Wednesday night, oh my gosh, you would not have wanted to be around me at all. I was miserable. I was so tired. I was not good company. I didn't sleep good that night. It wasn't fun. I'm not going to put that there because I don't want that to take away from that. So I'm going to leave her. I'm going to leave this page and I will do something else here. Let's see where we can put, kind of like to come to the back here because I haven't done much back here. But yeah, I didn't recover. And then even when I got to my girlfriend's house Friday, we got there about 4:30, 4 o'clock, and I was tired. I was really not myself. And then Saturday, we had to go out. We went to a Kentucky Derby party Saturday night. They do all the sign work for this event, so they get free tickets. So we went to that. None of us really wanted to go, but it was a fun night out. But boy, we all looked at each other, and it was about 8 o'clock, 8:30, and we said, no, they were having their drawings. Kind of like that there. They were going to have their raffle drawings at 9:30, and it was 9, and we said, we're not staying. I want to go home. So I kind of like that there. And I think this one I will do. I want to put that stamp with this. I just have to figure out how I want to put it. I don't want to cover up that stem. I could move this over a little bit. I don't want to cover the stem up. It looks funny, doesn't it? If I cover that stem. I don't like that. I do want to use this. Maybe I could find a little wider. I added that. I don't know if I had showed you that. Have I been in camera? I hope I haven't been off camera. Good Lord. Like I said, it's been a while, so you'll have to excuse me. I don't want a white background. There she is. I got some glue on her. Let us see here. Let us see. I don't know. I don't have too many really wide pages, do I? Oh, I kind of like that. That would be fun. Because I like the stripes on the bottom. I could cut that a little bit. That might be kind of fun to put the butterfly on the bottom and do that. I think I'll do that. And I think that will fit fairly well. So I'm going to put a thin line of glue here. Okay. Then I can put that like that, and I don't care if that sticks up a little bit. I'd like to do something behind here though. Oh, I feel like I'm struggling a little with this one. That's too much. That's too much. All right, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. All right, so I found my stamps I want to use. I have these right here. I think you can see them okay. Get the glare off. And these are all little, I guess they go this way. These are all little edge, I call them edge stamps, and they're really, really cute. I don't know if I got these at Temu or where, AliExpress, but you can get these from different outlets. And I just think they're really cute. And I played around with them, but I chose this one. I was trying that one because I thought it would match the leaves, but I kind of like that one. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to run this up the side. And I think I will start it right there. So I don't want my ink really to go up past there. So I think what I'm going to do is, that's going to be my line of demarcation. Okay. So we will go here. And I thought I would just do a little bit down the side of this. And I think what I'm going to do, so I don't really make a mess anymore, I'm going to put that like that. And I need a third hand to do all of this. I should have gotten a little hard layer out that I could put. Oh, that's cute. So isn't that cute? I think that's adorable. So we have that there. Then I'm going to come back and get my little flower. And I want this to just, I gotta figure, I feel like I want to cut this up a little bit more. There. All right, and I'm going to put that there like that. And I think I'm just going to leave that. Put that there. And again, if you work in a small or a tiny book, it's a challenge to work around all these little corners and edges, and but it's worth it. And then again, I can add words after the fact, but I think that's really cute. I think that's a cute way to add, to use a postage stamp. And I just think postage stamps they just add a lot of color and just the right amount of oomph when you're creating something. I think that's very cute. I like that. Okay, so let's see. Shall we continue something on this side? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. I have her. And I'm wondering if I were to cut her out. I'd want to cut her tea kettle out though. There. I have her, which she might be kind of fun. What is this? Oh, it's a corner sticker. She might be kind of fun to add on this side as well. And she might fit in better with, not quite sure what that is supposed to be. And I'm wondering if I were to, I'm thinking about doing her half. Thinking about cutting her right up this way. Then I could get her hair right in over here and get most of her on there. But I don't know. You know how you look at something and you see it, but then I don't know if I dare do it. I don't want to ruin it either. But if I come up, I think that might be okay. Have her. Could actually bring her down a little bit. I could come across. I could just cut her across like this, right at the base of her hair there. I think that might look a little bit better. I'm going to do it this way so I can do a little straight line here. Okay. Put that on my... I have her, and then I think I will put her down. Then I will just snip this side off. But I think she would be lovely right there. And I might be able to do a saying or some words here. And again, I could, I don't know if I want to do another stamp on this side. And I think this is too harsh. I think that gold is a little too harsh. So I'm going to check. Let's see here. I do have this stamp here, but I don't think the yellow Although I kind of like that with the white in it and that butterfly over her. So I could cut that, and then I could use a stamp. I could stamp something nice on here. Maybe I have a saying. I'm going to look first to see if I have a stamp, an acrylic stamp, that might have some wording or something there. And then I'm going to put that whole little strip right on there. So I'm not going to stamp on here. This is a very slick, shiny paper. And if I stamp, it's not going to, it's going to be all over the place. So what I think, I'm not going to do this, but I just saw it. I thought, well, maybe I could do that. I think what I'm going to do, so let me get this on here. I have this paper here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this little part out here because I have green over here. I'm thinking I might add a little bit of green on this side. All right, because I want to put a little something there. And we'll just continue to play with this. And then I think we will call it a day. I think we will call it a day. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use that part there, but I could take that and I'm going to cut that straight across. And maybe just put that on there like that. Let's do that. Just want to add a little bit of color there. It's probably not going to be my favorite page, but it'll be a page, right? I really wanted those numbers to show, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to cut this here. Might look better too once I get it cut off of here. And I'm going to have to trim that down even a little bit more. Okay. So let me get this on here. I think that'll be okay. This way. Shaky. A little shaky, shaky. All right, so we have that on there. And then we will get her on. You have to remember when you are working in these books that it's just you're adding pieces that you like or that are pleasing to your eye. There. So I think that is good. I like those pages. I think they're pretty. And I like that I brought the green over on each side, and I have the pear, because these are a pear. These came in a large strip. So yeah, I like that. I like this girl on here and her mauves, and they go with it up here. So we did that. We didn't do much today, did we? A lot of fluffing around. And then where's we did her. Is that all we did? Oh, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad if that's all we did. All right. So that is it. Like I said, it's always, for me, it's always kind of hard getting back into the swing of things when I've been away, but I do like these. I really like that. And I think over here, I'm going to find a nice, fun saying to put across from her. So we did her, and we've got these 2 pages here, which I really like. And that is it. So remember to leave a comment. And if you would be kind enough to like the video, I would appreciate that. Let me know what you think about these 3 little pages. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I would love to have you join my little family here. And a big shout out to all of my regular subscribers and my gals over on Patreon. So with that being said, I will see you in my next video. And have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.